Yesterday's game was the game that us Eagle fans waited for. A game with adversity. And the Eagles passed with flying colors. Dallas still stinks. Hey, yo, everybody doing? King Dingbat here, and I hope all you Batmans are doing good on Victory Monday because the Eagles are 4-0. They are undisputed, undefeated right now, and you gotta love it. Now, before we get into all of this, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that like button. More importantly, make sure you subscribe for daily Eagles content, NFL content. You definitely don't want to miss it. And if you've been subscribed for a while, you know the deal. Just double check, double moonwalk check, and make sure you're still subscribed. Now, before we start this video, I have to say I have a quick announcement. I am not going to be able to stream the Rams 49ers game tonight. There's some things that came up during the day that I have to take care of tonight, and I couldn't get out of it. So I probably won't be home until at least sometime that game in the fourth quarter, if I'm lucky. So it doesn't make sense to stream it. I will go ahead and stream this Thursday. Of course, we'll be streaming that when it's on the Erect Penis Network. We'll be streaming that game, and then I'll try to make it up with an extra football stream sometime this weekend. I'll look at the schedule, but I apologize for that. I couldn't avoid it. You know. Now, as far as the Eagles go, I thought they had a fantastic win yesterday. I thought it was the best win of the year, okay? But there are a few injury concerns I want to talk about up front before we talk more about that game. First thing, Jordan Mailata had an MRI. As of right now, as I'm making this video, there have been no results leaked or anything about the results of that MRI. But the Eagles did do this today. Eagles, they add Tyrese Robinson to the practice squad. Offensive lineman Tyrese Robinson to the practice squad, according to league sources. Robinson is 23 years old, went undrafted out of Oklahoma in 2022, 6'3", 324-pound lineman, started 38 games at guard and tackle. So what I like about this signing, don't know much about this guy, but I like the fact that he can play two positions. When you get an offensive lineman that can play two positions, it becomes very valuable. So this looks like a developmental project for Stoutland. We'll see how it goes. I trust him in developing any offensive lineman. But the question you got to ask yourself is, how long is Jordan Mailata going to be out? How long is Isaac Seumalo going to be out? Now, Sirianni briefly said at this point when he was talking that everybody had a chance to start this upcoming weekend. But it seems like maybe, we could be in a situation where maybe Jordan Mailata may miss a lot, not a lot of time, but some time. We'll see. We also have the possibility that Andre Dillard comes off of IR this week, so it may be perfect timing. We're going to have to wait until Wednesday till we really see this injury report and where these guys are at. There was some stuff on Avonte Maddox. According to Ian Rappaport, he says, Pound Eagles, not hashtag, Pound Eagles cornerback Avonte Maddox, who suffered an ankle sprain last week, has this week's game up in the air. Sources say he could miss one, but not long term. Meanwhile, cornerback Darius Slay did not suffer a major injury to the forearm, and he has a chance to play this weekend. So I'm pretty sure we are going to see Darius Slay play. Question will be Avonte Maddox. If it was me dealing with Avonte Maddox, we're going to talk about the Cardinals much more after this video. This is kind of wrapping up yesterday's game, but what I would probably do is I would probably keep Avonte Maddox out for another week. Keep him out for another week. You're good enough without Avonte Maddox to beat the Cardinals. The Eagles should beat the Cardinals. They're better than the Cardinals. No question about it. Now, I got concerns about the game, and I'll talk about later on, but I would try to keep Avonte Maddox out and then let him come back ready to go versus Dallas on Sunday night, because that's going to be a monster game. The Eagles are going to be 5-0, and Dallas is going to be 3-2. So the Eagles could really bury them. That's right, 3-2, because you're going to lose to the Rams next week. But That's what I would do with Avonte Maddox. Now, as far as this game yesterday, I just absolutely love the adversity that was presented to the Eagles. Horrible weather, bad weather, rain, wind, hard to throw with, get to your receivers and stuff because of the weather. Just bad. Then, on top of that, you're getting Doug Peterson comes back. He gets a standing ovation, which he absolutely 1,000% deserved. He absolutely deserved it, okay? And he got it, which made me very happy, very proud to be an Eagle fan. I'm proud to be an Eagle fan no matter what. But I'm proud that he got it. And I knew he would. But in that game, they go down 7-0, then 14. They're down 14-0. Horrendous weather outside. Games like that, oftentimes, especially in weather like that, the team that goes up early usually has a huge advantage. It's very hard to come back in that kind of weather. But as they go down 14-0, and I'm upset, everybody's upset, we're also saying this is what we've been waiting for. This is what we've been waiting to see. How does this team handle adversity? How does Jalen Hurts handle adversity? People have that whole list of requirements of what they need to see from Jalen Hurts this year in order to give him an extension. Better accuracy, better deep ball, read defenses better, better mechanics. And then one of them is come back on a team when you go down. They wanted to see that. Check. Fight through adversity. Check. He's checking off all the boxes. That's the complete truth. So I thought for the Eagles and Jalen Hurts, this was the most impressive win. Now let me dispel a rumor or a myth out there. The Jacksonville Jaguars came in at 2-1. They had a winning record when they came in. The Jacksonville Jaguars beat the crap out of the Chargers. Beat the crap out of them, okay? The Jacksonville Jaguars are a young upstart team. They're a scrappy team. They fight hard. They play hard. And they're up and coming. They're better than people think they are. Okay? Just like the Detroit Lions are better than people think they are. Washington, we can't say that because they stink. Alright? But if Carson Wentz was ever going to have a game and show up in it, it would have been against the Eagles. He didn't do it. He stinks. Okay? So the Eagles are not losing or not beating teams that just stink or flat out horrible. I mean, you have Minnesota, right? You get week 2 going into week 2 versus Minnesota. Do you remember? Oh, the Eagles beat Detroit. Detroit stinks. Now you got to play Minnesota, that explosive offense, one of the best teams in the NFC. They just beat the crap out of the Green Bay Packers. Do you remember that? As soon as the Eagles beat them, it's who did the Eagles beat? They just beat Minnesota. Who the hell's Minnesota? Then the Eagles beat Washington. Fair enough. You want to say they stink? Fine. Then the Eagles play Jaguars all week leading up to Jaguars game. Jaguars are for real. Jaguars just beat the crap out of Chargers. You're not going to be able to handle Jaguars. You're not going to be able to handle Jaguars. We beat the Jaguars. Oh, you just beat the Jaguars. And then next week when they beat the Cardinals. Oh, you just beat the Cardinals. And then when we beat Dallas, what's your excuse going to be? Parsons had the flu and Dak Prescott's not back and whatever. You're going to have excuses every week, but the Eagles are going to keep winning. That's all I know. Batman's out there. You Batmans out there know it. You know it. The Dark Guido wouldn't lie to you. Don't I look like Denzel Washington? Yes, I do. Denzel Batman. But the Eagles had an impressive win yesterday. They've beaten teams that are better than a lot of people give them credit for. And it's going to continue. It's going to continue. If the Eagles play up to their standards, if they're ready to play and they don't take teams lightly and they don't listen to all the press clippings, the Eagles will go out and they'll win this Sunday also. This game coming up to me this is the trap game. It wasn't the Jacksonville game. This is the trap game. This is the trap game people have been talking about for 2 weeks. This is it. The Arizona Cardinals is the trap game. We'll talk about it later. But yeah, I think the Eagles have done a great job so far. 4-0, undefeated, only undefeated team in the National Football League. So you gotta love it. Now, I thought Miles Sanders, Haason Reddick were the stars of the show. Miles Sanders, 27 carries, 134 yards. I've never seen him get that kind of workload. Okay, he was absolutely fantastic, and it just shows you. You look at week 1, we won strongly on Jalen Hurts' legs. Week 2, we won on his arm. Week 3, on his arm and his on the defense. Week 4, we won on the run game and the defense. I thought the Eagles did an excellent job. I couldn't be more proud of this team. They're very likable. And, one guy besides Miles who stands out is Haason Reddick. Haason Reddick is that dude. All of a sudden, people were worried about him after week 2. He's got 3.5 sacks. Now, how many sacks does the great Micah Parsons have this year? I'm just asking. I don't know. But we hear how great he is. Mahomes, he's the LT. What's he got, 4 sacks? Haason Reddick's got 3.5. So there you go. The Eagles got it going. And here's the key. Here's what I'm going to read. Talking about the snap counts. I thought this was pretty interesting regarding Haason Reddick and Jordan Davis. And Jordan Davis, monster tackle in the backfield. That was fantastic. Jordan Davis is getting better each week. But get this. Get what they say about Haason Reddick here, because I think part of the things with Haason Reddick was, one, you didn't play in training in preseason, so week 1 was like whatever. But I also think they're figuring out better ways to use him. Haason Reddick led all Eagles pass rushers in playing time. 83% is his highest snap count percentage total this year, with his previous mark coming at 68% in week 1. So they played him only 68% in week 1, less in week 2, and less in week 3. But he got 83% of the snaps in the last game. Which, look, the more chances he gets to go out and get to the quarterback, be productive, he will be productive. And then, they say, great performance on Sunday with 2 forced fumbles, including a game-stealing takeaway. Keep playing him and keep letting him brush the passer. That's what you have to do with Haason Reddick. It's good to see. I think Gannon is starting to use him much more and more correctly. Keep doing it. And then get this. Jordan Davis officially logged in to start week 4. He was on the field for the first play of the game. Davis was also defensive tackle 3 in the rotation, as he's played more than Milton Williams and Marlon Tuiapotu. So Jordan Davis, he's settling in. He's getting his condition better. The one thing I notice about him on the field, he's not gasping for air after every play. So his conditioning is getting better. I thought he made a fantastic play in the backfield yesterday, and he's going to only continue to improve. So overall, when we think about the final thoughts of this game, I thought that it was the best win of the year because they faced adversity. This team had no tests leading up to this game. They had been blowing everybody out by halftime. And now we turn our attention to the Arizona Cardinals. And if the Eagles come in ready to go, ready to play, they're going to double moonwalk that team's ass. With that said, take care. Talk to you later. Of course, don't be a dingbat. And remember, it's how we vision. We're all just living in it. Alright, so even though I'm not streaming tonight's game, I'm going to give you my bet, right? I'm going to give you my bet. Got a 2-game parlay, okay? I'm taking the Los Angeles Rams and the money line. They're plus 100. And then I'm taking the over of 42. I think that's a can't-miss 2-game parlay. But who knows what the hell happened? It is the NFL. With that said, Denzel Washington.